Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial. I'm going to show you how you can control your character with the control rotation enabled. So wherever your mouse goes, your character moves with it. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, open up third-person blueprint. So, right here, find a good spot for the nodes. But let's first go ahead and compile it and see how does it look. Yes. So there you can see that when I am moving my mouse, my character is still, but only the camera moves. So when I start running, you can see that camera moves with character's movement. Now, go back to the blueprint, here in the event graph. But let me just select the editor window as my default. I'm going to link the rotation to my F key. Right-click here, type F key. Press Enter. So, take the pin from pressed and typeset use control rotation yaw. Press Enter and make sure it's checked here because that's how our character is going to move with mouse. Copy-paste it and hook it up to released. Go ahead and compile and play. You can see that when I press the F key, it moves with the camera, but I think I have a problem. Sorry, I checked the both nodes. So, after unchecking it, compile again, and you can see that if I press my F key, it moves with the camera, and if I press it again, it stops moving. Now that's something we want. But I don't want to press and hold the key. Instead, when the F key is pressed, I want to enable the rotation with yaw, and when it is pressed again, I want to disable it. For that, we need flip-flop node and plug it in. Compile it. So if I press F, it is going to enable it, and if I press again, it's going to disable it. Okay, now what if we had a camera and it was on the first person? For that, let's just go to Viewport, and right under where it says Mesh, I am going to add a camera and rename it as FPS camera. We also need to attach this camera to our character's head. Go to Details panel, where it says Parent Socket, type in Head, press Enter. Now you can see it is attached to third-person character's head. Then, we need to set the rotation on Z-axis to 90 degrees so it aligns with the head and towards the direction of character. The next thing we need is to scroll down and disable the auto-activate for the camera so we know it won't mess with our original camera. If you look closely, our camera is a little bit off. We need to adjust that a bit. Rotate it on the X-axis to negative 90 degrees as well, so it's the correct way up. So, I am going to move it a little further forward. So press Compile. Go back to Event Graph. Now, here, I'm going to use a different key to bind my camera switching. Let's say I'm going to use the T key. Right-click here, type T for keyboard keys. Press Enter, you get this node. Now, drag both of the cameras. As in my case, the first one is FPS camera, and the other is follow camera. Drag the pin from FPS camera, type in Activate. Press Enter. Now, hook this up with the key node. Similarly, drag the pin from follow camera and type in Deactivate. Press Enter. Done. Now, down here, take the pin from FPS camera and set it to deactivate, and same like before for follow camera. Set it to activate. Make sure every node is connected. Compile and play. You see, I can't move my mouse when using the first-person camera, but third-person works well. We will get back to that, but first, tidy up things a little, so our work doesn't look messed up. And Let me change the T key to right mouse button. I feel more comfortable with. Okay, now select the FPS camera. Go to Details panel, scroll down, and set the Use Pawn Control Rotation as True. Now, if we compile and play and move our mouse, we see that only the mouse rotates and not the whole character. So, when this happens, instead of doing all this work, if you want, you can make it simple. If you want, you can make it simple by deleting the separate key that I used. I am just going to leave it as it is. Or, in my case, I'm going to leave it separately for better demonstration and understanding. You can copy it and paste it right here. You'll see that now when we go into FPS mode. Our character actually moves with the camera. One more thing I'm going to do here is that I don't want to hold the right mouse button for camera. So, I will go ahead and move all this to the right and drag a pin from pressed and use a flip-flop node here. Also connect everything. Then compile and play. We see that our character is moving with camera. So far, we have no problem, and even while running, we can move the character with our mouse. Also, if you noticed that the camera is actually more smooth. Now, go back to the blueprint, here in the event graph. Zoom out, go down, and where we use the yaw, we're going to take the pin out of it and type in set use control rotation, and this time with pitch. Copy and paste it, and this time, uncheck the second one. Compile play, you can see that our character is pointing in vertical direction as well. This means that pitch refers to the vertical direction or the x-axis of the character. Similarly, if you want, you can use the control rotation roll to see what it does. Hit play button. Go ahead, mess around with the nodes. You will laugh a lot. But at the end of the day, you will be surprised to see what you learned. I hope you guys liked it. Leave a review and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more videos on such topics.